Welcome to Shockabuku. It's a swift spiritual kick to the head that will alter your reality forever. And I'm going to lead you on this journey, baby. It's my first vlog, just an introduction. Just tell you a little bit about myself, about what we're going to explore. First and foremost, I'm a writer, musician, creator, and above all, free thinker. And truly above that, I'm a Christian. There's no swaying on that. God's my Savior. But don't let that scare you away. If you're an atheist, I hang with everybody. I get along with. If you can't get along with me, there's something wrong with you. That's usually what I go by. So, I don't hate on nobody. I understand why people don't believe. This isn't going to be a straight religious channel. Don't take me there. I'm just kind of giving you an giving you an idea of how outside the box I look at things. You know what I mean? So don't let that scare you away from this channel. You're going to be hearing some things that are probably going to shock you to come out of a Christian's mouth, but it's things that need to be said, and it's things that I'm not going to hold back. There's going to be, you think you might be comfortable because you're not a Christian or something like that, listening to some of the things I'm going to say. There's going to be some Christians that aren't comfortable listening to what I'm going to say, okay? I'm going to tell you that right now because there's some problems. There's some problems in this world, and this whole channel is set to make you think, or at least give you a different concept to look at things through. You don't always have to only have 2 or 3 choices on your view. You've got a wide open. We're on an open plane of ideology. We can look at things from any view we want to. If you want to be one-sided, if you want to be self-centered, you can do that. But lines get crossed. So I'm trying to unblur some of those lines, and that's why I always went by the wise man. It was a nickname given to me, but I've always kind of really embraced that, because I've always been into mystery. I've always been into anything that's unexplained, phenomenon, conspiracies. I'm not a big, well, I'm not going to say I don't have my own theories on things, but as far as conspiracies, I like talking about conspiracies more than conspiracy theories. There's a difference. Conspiracies happen. We know it does. We're told it's going to. People admit to them. They're facts now. And nobody wants to go back and say, okay, what we thought was a conspiracy theory was a conspiracy. You guys were right. You're never going to hear that. And for whatever reason, most conspiracy theorists aren't bold enough to go out there and say, I told you so. I told you so. And remind these people that, the conspiracy theory was right, was actually stronger than any scientific theory that we've seen in our lifetimes, because those are only theories. And even the older scientists knew that their theories would be thrown out the window eventually. You're not even supposed to go into science thinking that your theory will stick forever. So to think that all these laws are set into place and things like that, just an example of how we're going to stretch our minds. You know what I mean? On this channel, we're not going to hold back nothing. I like to look at things from all different views. I don't like to look at things from, oh, I'm a conservative or I'm a liberal. What I like to do is look and say, well, why do these people think that way? Okay, well, why do these people think that way? Why does he think this? What's making them think that way? What's the real root of why this person feels this way? And on the flip side of that, you know, why does, like if I'm just that way. If I'm arguing with my wife, I'm going to try to look at her side of things. That's just how I am. I've always kind of been that way, and it's hard for people to get that because they automatically want to put you on the other side of things when all you're trying to do is say, hey, look, man, you need to look at both sides of this. You need to, but they automatically want to put you on the other side of them when you're not necessarily there, and then it ends up making this argument, and you're defending something that you don't even truly believe. You just kind of understand the way they feel, you know what I mean, or something to that effect. And you see this all over Facebook all the time, and it makes me so sick, So I've pretty much just gotten away from Facebook. I would rather watch YouTube videos all day than sit there and listen to a bunch of bickering and complaining about things that nobody can change. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have any direct result on our society or any of us that aren't, working on Wall Street or something like that. But I've been around some, I said I used to be pretty deep into music, as far as, I got pretty far in the rap game about 10 years ago, something like that, and I fell away. I got away from it. I didn't like where it was going. I didn't like what felt like I was being pulled into. It was really my decision to walk away, and I have no regrets with that. I love my life. God has blessed me. It's not perfect. I'm not a millionaire, but I'm learning to live happily with what I have and be comfortable with my life. I'm not out seeking these false realities. And also I didn't like where the hip hop game was going. I was in high school through the 90s, so we were in the hip hop era. We changed a lot of things. We broke down a lot of barriers in that time. And in the time since I've quit rapping, I have seen the majority of those barriers get torn back down. We tore them down. They're building back up. And the sad thing was, we have a black president, and all of a sudden we're in a racial divide again. You would think that would have fixed some things. I have thoughts on all that. But like I said, I hate division. I hate those type of things, So I like to give people another thing to another way to view things sometimes, So we're gonna do that, man. We're gonna get deep, and I know people say keep your videos 5 minutes, 7 minutes, something like that. Look, man, I'm gonna talk. When you get deep on stuff, when you really got something to talk about that's important, you can't just limit it to 5 minutes. If I just wanted to get on here and show my face and just oh, look what I'm eating today, what I mean? It ain't gonna be like that. I've got a testimony that God's put on me to share, and that's the one calling He's given me so far. Is to share this testimony because it's a divine intervention. It was definitely, Him showing me beyond a shadow of a doubt that He's there. So I have no choice to believe. So if you're a non-believer and you I will be giving that. That'll be probably my first true vlog. Like I said, this is just an introduction, just telling you guys what to expect. That testimony, like I said, you'll see I have no choice but to believe. So, don't hold that against me if you're not a believer. You know, like I said, you'll understand when you hear the testimony, I think. But I've really been drawn or been led to give that testimony and to continue to give the testimony. It's been something that has been real heavy on me, and I just feel like it's very important. And it's a good way to go ahead and shake things up. And it's a good first spiritual kick to the head, maybe, to alter your reality forever. Shockabuku, baby. Enjoy.